Well, good day, viewers. Today we have a 2010 Ford F150. It's a crew cab, and the customer's complaint is that the MIL was illuminating. He also said that it seemed to lack power, but I drove it just now and it seemed to run fine. Now, he did clear the code. I think he said it was a P0455, and Googled the problem and came up with the solution that it was going to need a fuel tank pressure sensor. And that could be. I've changed one previously on a similar vehicle. But we're going to do a scan of this vehicle and see what codes it has to offer. And then we're going to do a purge and seal test if we can. And have a look at whether the EVAP system passes the test right now. Okay, so we're going to do a network scan on this thing and see if it's got any codes. This is a new vehicle, so I've never worked on it before. I got a clean battery charger set at 13.6 volts. Because Fords want you to do this key on engine off, and it takes several minutes. Should pull the mileage. It should, I would think. Maybe not. Come on, you can do it. 164,000 kilometers. So let's do a code scan of all the controllers. Key on engine off, which it is. Now, he did say it had a P0451 and a P0455. Well, it's obvious that he's cleared the code. It's got a P1000 code, which is a Ford thing, meaning all the monitors haven't run and passed. Got a air distribution damper position sensor in history. Compass fail. Driver mirror vertical feedback potentiometer circuit fault. And that's basically it. Driver and passenger mirrors. Alright, so we're going to go into the engine control computer. And we're going to look at fuel tank pressure right now. Fuel trim variable, EVAP system stuff. Pressure sensors at 3 volts. That seems odd. Okay, fuel tank pressure is at 0.2 inches of water, which is virtually nothing. And it's only 18% fuel level. But that should be enough. I think we need more than 10% to run a purge and seal test. So we're going to try this functional test here and see if it'll do it. Output controls. Canister purge valve. Vent valve. Where's the purge and seal test? Like a Chevy. Special functions maybe? Gross leak test. Now this is what we want here. Key on, it is. Start the engine. And it says, do not use this test to diagnose a P0456, small leak. Ensure the following conditions. All EVAP components are repaired first. Fuel level must be between 15 and 85. Well, it's 18%. Some vehicles may stall. Resets while holding the clutch pedal to the floor on some hybrid vehicles. Okay, continue. Fuel temperature is a major factor in the generation of fuel vapors and tank pressures. Recommended the vehicle complete a cold soak. Well, I just took it for a short road test. Verify the difference between cylinder head temperature and is less than 25. The If a cold soak is not completed, test will provide inaccurate results. Okay, let's see. It's greater than 25C because cylinder head temperature, well, it's 70 degrees difference, so let's see what happens. So the pressure sensor is in range right now. It's going to adjust the RPM. Going to open the purge valve and create a vacuum on the tank. We should see the fuel tank pressure go negative. It hasn't started to duty cycle the purge valve yet. So now it's duty cycling the purge valve. And it's not building up very much vacuum very quickly. This thing may have a leak. It should have built up a vacuum negative pressure in the tank much quicker than that. Because the vent valve is closed, the purge valve is open, and we're not building a vacuum of any significant amount. I don't think it needs a pressure sensor though, because it's not out of range. Increasing the duty cycle to the purge valve to 36%. It's not able to build a vacuum in the tank. So I think we're going to be smoke testing this thing. So it could be that the canister vent solenoid is physically stuck open even though it's commanding it closed. It's not able to pull a target vacuum. I like the Ford IDS software for this test because it's more graphical. It shows you what the target vacuum is. This doesn't tell you this. This is Snap-on's version. I'm sure it's going to give up in a second. Test failed. Okay, so possible causes: vacuum or brake hose leak, evaporator emission canister purge valve control circuit and mechanical malfunction, canister vent solenoid control circuit and mechanical malfunction. So we're going to shut it off, and we're going to use the scan tool to command the vent and purge solenoid on and off. Turn the key back on. And listen for those valves to click. Abort. Output controls. Purge valve. I want to check the vent valve first. Should actually hear that thing clicking. Now I got my battery charger running on this thing, so it's hard to hear over this. I can hear it clicking. But that doesn't mean it doesn't leak. So I'm going to try the purge valve now. And that one's duty cycled. And that one will make like a rapid clicking noise. Why isn't it commanding it on? That test is not working for some reason. suppose we could rerun the purge and seal test. So this should be commanding it up to 20-30%, and it's not doing it. Let's pick the other data list. There's the purge solenoid. It's commanded at 39% right now. Boy, that's slow to respond. It's not changing here, but it's changing on the graph. Where's the purge solenoid on this thing? It's usually on the engine compartment, or on the engine intake manifold. Well, I'm gonna find it. So the purge solenoid is on the back of the intake manifold, mounted on a rubber mount here, and I've got it commanded to 40% right now, and there's no pulsation from it at all. Usually you can feel it. So we're gonna unconnect it, trying to get the connector off, and put a test light across the connector and see if the test light functions. But I don't think this thing needs a vent solenoid, or a pressure sensor, I mean. Okay, so we're on the purge solenoid and it's turned off right now, but when I hook the vacuum gauge up to the line, you can see there's vacuum there. So I'm going to reach in there and unplug it electrically. So the solenoid is disconnected now, and it's purging continuously. So it needs a purge solenoid because it's stuck open. Well, that's nice to know.